Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpuff, your host. Again, we're talking about marketing with marketing experts from around the country. Today, we're in Silver Spring, Maryland with Adrian White from AMW Marketing Design. And Adrian, welcome to our conversation today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really happy to be here.
Well, we're excited that you're here and really excited to learn more about you and how you got started in marketing. So why don't you share with us where you got your start?
Yeah, so I would say that I probably had an interest in marketing ever since I was a young kid. I'm an artist. I love to paint, draw, sing, create. So the idea of creating different things, like different marketing content later down the road, was really appealing to me. So that led me to go to college for marketing. I have a master's in marketing, and then I worked for about 10 years in corporate America across different sales and marketing positions.
Well, having that spark early is always a great thing. It really leads to wonderful things coming down the line because you really have a sense younger that you know what you want to do and you learn more about all the different aspects, especially in corporate America. We pick up so much that you can then translate when you then want to go off and start your own agency. So what was the spark that made you say, it's time and I want to get off my own and really build something?
Yeah. So similarly to my interest in marketing from a young age, I also had an interest in entrepreneurship from a young age, and would be on the playground selling little arts and crafts projects, and I had my lemonade stand and other various things over the years. So entrepreneurship was just something that always was a part of my life. I have a very entrepreneurial family. And when I was in high school, I first started designing websites for fun. And later on, so now 20 years later, I now have a web and marketing company. So it was kind of a natural fit. The web design part was always something that I did on the side, and it started growing and growing so much that eventually I had too much business to be able to manage it as part-time. I needed to, do it full-time.
When you bring on a new client and you're having that first initial meeting, what is it that you're looking for and asking about to learn about their story and how you want to retell it and implement it into their marketing mix?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So the first thing that it's not really exactly a question, but what I get an idea of is their personality, specifically their brand personality. So if they're someone that has a personal brand, so they basically are representing themselves to in turn promote their business, I like to really get a good idea of just what they, who they are, what's their background, what makes them special, why do they feel like they stand out, from their competitors. So generally, those are the things that I analyze, and it would be the same if they have a business brand as well. You still want to get an idea about who they are, why did they get in the business, how are they differentiating themselves, and if they need help with that, we go through some exercises to help them with their competitive positioning as well.
Well, taking that information from a client and really translating it into messaging and marketing really is the great sign of a good, strong agency. What do you see as some of the new opportunities, new platforms that you might be utilizing as time goes on? As obviously things are changing all the time and new ways to implement and create marketing opportunities for your clients. What are some of the newer things that you're starting to use and can see continuing to use?
Yeah. So I think one of the biggest things in marketing is that there are new platforms that come out all the time, and you really have to pay attention to how fast these new platforms are growing, because a lot of times the new platforms means that there's a surge of attention going to that. For example, Clubhouse, TikTok, Instagram Reels. Those are three kind of platforms that are something that's been fairly new for us in the last few years or so, but it's getting a lot of traffic. So when we notice that trend of new platforms that are really growing, we try and keep our clients abreast of those platforms and how they can market themselves on them, because most of the time that's where they'll get the best traction, because there's so much traffic and visibility on those platforms, being on the new platforms.
So these are really good, powerful ways of getting a message out, and it's really great to see their growth and the response that people are getting from them. So it's good that you are sharing this and implementing this with your clients. And just in general, we're really appreciative of all that you shared about what you're doing, what your agency is doing, how you're working with your clients, and your backstory. So we thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate being here today and getting to talk with you a little bit more about marketing and what we do.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you all for joining us as well. Again, having the right agency to help guide you, to help teach you, to help get your story out is so very important. There's a lot more information about AMW Marketing Design here on Daily Ad Brief, so please check that out. But go out, have a great rest of today, and I'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.